Hi everybody, and welcome back to Hex Token Channel. So I hope you guys are enjoying it in the Hexagon utopia, because that's what Hex really offers you, some form of utopia in this crazy old world of ours. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Let's get into the next video, and of course, let's go for gold. We're going to go straight into Hex.com, folks. The number one first decentralized certificate of deposit on the blockchain. That's amazing. Let's go. All right, so here we are on Hex Daily Stats.com. We're on day 691, 23rd of October. The snapshot price, very nice today. Second day in a row with a rise, 32.9 cents, almost 33 cents. Wow, on the top of the range that I've been talking about lately, up 7.3%. So very nice to see that as well. So let's hope that breaks out of my current expectations and goes to that 36, breaks the 36-cent mark. I'd be loved for that, because higher prices are always better, right? ROI, return on investment, multiply from all-time low, the 5th of January 2020 is 5,835x. Nice. The payout per T-share, 5.754. That's the average. The T-share price up because of the Hex price up, 6,287. That's up quite a lot, right? Like as I said yesterday, bag your T-shares while you can. Because I think the range is pretty reasonable. Obviously, if it went down to 20 cents, you'd pick up a whole ton more, but you just never know what the price is going to do, right? So maybe DC averaging, dollar cost averaging is a good way to go about that. And I know a lot of Hexicans do that, so very cool. I think Randy Hilarski is a good example of that on YouTube. T-share price, 19,085, up 15 on the previous day. So only going to get more expensive to get a T-share on a 2-day stake. Obviously, the only way to offsetting that is to stake longer, which many people do. All right, let's go for gold on here. Let's just pull this up a bit more. We're going to go for here. We've got average stake length 5.76 years, just down a bit from yesterday, 5.78. So it's quite a big move, really. Annual percentage yield rate, interest plus early in-stake penalties, 36.84. So it's about what we'd expect at the moment. Remember that this Hex has a 3.6%. 69% inflation rate, and the reason why it's so high is because only a certain amount is staking, and we're going to check that out in a second as well. So only about 10%, just under 10% staking. So that's why 3.69 ends up being around about 36.9. So that's how that works out. Obviously, when it's really high, it means that there's penalties on top. That's pretty much how it works. Liquidity in the pool, 98,173,000. It's great to see Hex under 100 million, isn't it? And liquidity, I love that because it's just so FOMO. Get FOMO pants on. Liquidity pool, 32.7 million US dollars, up quite decently from yesterday. That's net buying, folks. Net buying. We love to see that money going into the pool. Liquidity of ETH, 985, almost at 1,000. 10 days ago it was over 1,000. We like it when it gets over 1,000 too. FOMO pants again. Lots of FOMO pants in the cupboard. All right, so total value locked, 20.71 billion. Market cap 188.62. Nice jump with the price, of course. T-share market cap 69.3, also up, and T-share is actually down. So if you're staking, there's less T-shares around. That's good for you. Good for you. Nice. All right, so let's have a look at total supply. 635.5 billion total supply. Minted inflation at 20.7 million. It's quite high compared to the last couple of days. Circulating supply, 572.6 billion Hex. And remember, most of it's owned by this Origin wallet, which helps support the price of Hex. Change in circulating supply, down 107 million. Wow, wow, wow. That's a nice move down. So there'll be a number of factors behind that. Stake supply, 62.9 billion. It's up 127 million. Nice. So there we are. So that's down, and that's up. There we are. So primary one reason for that. Very cool. We're going to jump past the GA numbers. We're going to go straight to the stake coins. So once again, I said Hex has 3.69% inflation. That goes to stakers, and we know that 9.89% of all coins are staked. The majority of that is individual investors, but we understand that their Origin wallet has something like 13 to 18% stake there, give or take. And that's based on Gunther, the accountant's estimate based in early February's analysis of the Origin wallet holdings. All right, very cool. Payout. I might do a video on that actually. Let's do that in another video. Payout Hex, 63.4 million paid out to Hex in interest, and of course penalties 364,000. That's more modest today. We have been enjoying quite high penalties, which is good. As I always say, stake it to make it. People that break their responsibilities and their stakes, they get penalised, and that goes back to you because you got diamond hands and they got paper hands. Pretty much how it goes. Total holders 374,489 up to date. Look at these beautiful numbers. Anything that's around this 500 or more is a beautiful day. That's total holders, nice. Change in stakers, of course, up 156, so that's nice. And of course, we do like higher numbers in stakers, and the more they get staked, the better. But as we say, just probably this month, next month, we could see numbers like this. But as soon as the fork happens, we'll probably see a lot more stakers as well. So not the fork, I must say, yeah, the fork. Sorry. Yeah, so pretty cool. Change in total stakers 197, and total current holders 262,844, up 218. Very nice. So we like that as well. We definitely want these staking numbers to get higher as well, and I think we'll get that as we lead into Pulse Chain. Right, that's pretty cool. That's an overview of the daily stats. Hope you enjoyed it. Day 691, folks. Nice. And of course, let's jump over to nomics.com. The global market cap, wow, up pretty decent from yesterday, up to 2.83 trillion, and that's 1.3%. Nice. Bitcoin at 61,400, just getting ready, I guess, for the next taking a decent breather for the next move up past 67. So we'll see how that goes. Certainly good holding over 60,000. Ethereum looking better, up almost 4%. And of course, Hex sitting up 10% to 33.24, up towards the top of the range at the moment. Has hit 34 cents. Let's see if it can break up higher. I don't mind having to readjust my price expectations with the higher Hex price. Who does, eh? Who does? All right, so we just make our guess, our guesstimate based on the current information at hand. All right, let's jump over to the good old charts. And we can see that we've got in the Uniswap pool, we've got 45% in version 2 and 41.9% in version 3, both in USDC. And so that's, what's that, 86.9%. That's a bit of, that's a little bit, that's probably the lowest amount of USDC we've had percentage-wise. It's interesting. The T-share at the real-time price, of course, the T-share is now at $5,974, up $9,957, and you can see that in yellow, of course, and the white one is the Hex price. Remember this: the T-share price is determined by the Hex price and the share rate. All right, so we've got this going up. This is very bullish. This is good to see this. And Ken, I said it could yesterday's price video that could either go sideways or go up a little bit and then start moving down and testing the 20-cent mark. That's kind of the bearish trend that we're in. But of course, Hex can defy the odds. And if it breaks up to over 36 cents, then we might have to reassess our estimation that it might go and try and tackle some of these higher prices. I don't know if it will get to 50, but it might start to tackle this range and make it more of a double top type of look. So we'll have to make a reassessment of the information that we're at hand at the time. Right, here's the share price. The other factor, of course, the share price, sorry, the other factor of the T-share price, other than the price, and that's up and to the right, up and to the right, heading towards 20,000 Hex per T-share. That's pretty much where it's going. And of course, we've got graphically the T-share payout, which we love. So that's looking pretty steady. No big exceptions, outliers at the moment. So very nice on that. Let's jump over to the Hex.vision site, and we're going to just go into the visualize. I've got to move through a bit this because we've got a little bit of extra stuff to look at today. So we're going to move through this a little bit more. Let's go to overview. My favorite chart, as you guys all know, if you've watched these videos every day, I am obsessed with this chart because it kind of gives you an idea of what's going on on the supply side of the Hex. So here we are. We're still in October, getting towards the end though, aren't we? Getting towards the end, the 24th of October, and we've got these expiring stakes here at the moment. Obviously, with the shorter stakes, some of these are from the big payday. Some of them are people that are rolling over big bags monthly just to get monthly income, not taking on the long-term price volatility. And of course, they just go month to month. And we see those often in the Whalebot watch alert that we often see, so we're going to check that out too. Right, so then of course November is the last big candle. How much of this going to get staked out longer to get the T-shares? How much is this going to get rolled over month to month to month and make these candles just slightly bigger? Obviously, they don't get the big T-shares that these guys get, especially with the T-share rate, going over 19,000, just keeps heading up. So over time, these guys get diluted based on the amount of shares they're going to get compared to everyone that's staking longer. So that's interesting to happen. And of course, we've got Pulse Chain coming up by the time we get in December. That's kind of the expectation, mid-late December at the moment for that. And of course, it may be January, but it makes 2022 look really good, doesn't it? As we move into the future. This is the whole 15 years, of course, so to take that into account. All right, very nice. We're going to go into a bit more detail on that possibly in tomorrow's video. All right, so let's go over to the HEX price chart at the moment. So this is the HEX price chart, the daily one. Now, if you saw my price video yesterday, you would have saw my expectations. Obviously, we're still at the top of the range. We did hit, however, 35 cents, so that's a bit higher than the trading sideways. That could bode pretty well. So we'll watch out for that. Obviously, the higher price, the better. But like I say, I'm not too worried about price at the moment. More staking, more demand, net demand, that virality coming into the ecosystem. That's what we really want, folks. More a bigger distribution of HEX holders is better in the longer term. That's cool. Get rid of the paper hand OGs with the big bags. That's good too. All right, so we've got the indicators here, of course, starting to look bullish here. Nice. This is starting to look bullish too on the MACD. The RSI looking bullish. It's had plenty of room to move down. That means it can have a nice run up, and this is pretty important here as well. So we could see this really moving up. It's moving up towards the middle of the Bollinger Bands. The 200-day rolling average is just under 17 cents on the 200-day rolling average. That's pretty important long-term indicator. Long-term for the price. We've got the EFI. These are both volume indexes. The force index, and that's coming up to positive. So that's looking a bit better too with the volumes coming in. And you can see the volume candles here, the actual volume. And then this is another volume oscillator. This is a little negative, so we've just got to wait for a bit more confirmation, a bit more volume, but today's definitely a good sign with that as well. So if it breaks over 36 cents, that'd be great. We would like to see that rather than it going down to where I said the bearish scenario was, which was down to about 18, 19 cents before it starts to have a massive move up, was the idea. I still expect the next 3 weeks to be a little bit choppy though, because I expect that sort of dead period, and then maybe mid-December we could start ramping up for the December, anticipated Pulse Chain launch. But of course that could end up being in January. I hope it's for December because that would be really psychologically a party time. That would be so good to target that. But we'll see how we go. All right, so very cool. And coming up 12.5 minutes, so better finish my last section here. Let's go through the HEX Whalebot. Nothing really from Richard Hart that's worth talking about in this particular chat. But we've got a cool little post here on the HEX Whalebot with the HEX there, with a couple there lying in bed. That's pretty funny. They're more interested in the HEX chart there as well. And obviously it's green versus Bitcoin and stuff at that time. All right, Whalebot, 12 months ago we had $190,000 buy on Uniswap for 3, so that was nice, 634,000 HEX. We had some big long-term stakes, $300,000 stake for what's that? Just about 11 years or something, maybe 12 years, and that's 157 T-shares. Very nice. Congratulations to them. We had 124 million USDC stake for 10 years again. That was 10 hours ago. That's 4,439 T-shares. That's $24 million US. So that's a huge stake. That's very positive, isn't it? That's a massive one. So very nice to see that. And of course, the share rate there, we've got another one. We've got 3 million HEX that was bought for $1 million on USDC. That was 5 hours ago. So very bullish signs here. So it's amazing how it flips around from a bearish, where people are selling down, particularly HEX OGs, and flipping over to going really well. Of course, we've had a lot of people that picked up on the way up to 50 cents as well. So it's not just HEX OGs, but some swing traders in the play. All right, so we've got another $340,000 buy there, so very bullish. And then there's another one here, almost 2 million HEX bought for 633,000, and that was just 5 hours ago. We've got Richard looking like a boss man as well, and we've got another buy here. So it looks very positive, right? All buys, 414,000 US dollars, nice. And what did they have first sold in the last 24 hours, and it's an hour ago, 1.3,431,000. Just like to hold back the price there with that. Other than that, that's pretty much how it rolls. So that's the whale. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. Feel free to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell, and yeah, help spread this channel and help the algorithm get Hex out there. And I hope you enjoy your time. All right, bye for now. Catch you in the next one. Cheers.